Hey everybody, welcome behind the blue line. My name's Will. It's Tuesday morning. Holy crap, how did that happen? I am going to be, this seems really loud. I'm going to be playing games and talking about new GPUs here in a little bit, but first I thought we would maybe go through some of the old Nvidia tech demo classics, because I realized the other day that they posted, hey Board Ronan, they posted all of the tech demos that I remember from like the old GPU days. So we're going to go through, if you don't remember it, this one is Grass, which I believe showed like Vertex Grass for the first time incredibly up close. And this was a GeForce 256 demo from like early 2000, mid 2000. Hey Craven, I'm going to kill this one because the music's really loud. Let's see what's next. Let's do Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball's a good one. For whatever reason, Explorer does not like running these 20-year-old OpenGL tech demos. This was another GeForce 256 one. This was one that was on all the driver CDs. Wow, they were really into some exciting early 90s techno music. I don't know if this one's going to work. Some of them don't work. Hey, Craven, how you doing? Nope, no, okay, this is a do-over. Here we go. This is just showing, like, cube maps and displacement, I think. Look at that sick reflection. This is the kind of thing that you just see on the hood of a car to make it look shiny. Stuff like that. Brad is not coming on for an Nvidia presentation, Iconic Bear. He has Bombcast this morning, so he was not able to make it, unfortunately. And thanks to Nvidia for sponsoring the stream, because while I would definitely be talking about this otherwise, I would not be up at 8 o'clock in the morning on the internets to talk about video cards if it weren't for their sponsorship. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Oh, wait, here, Bubble is the other one I want to do for this one. Yeah. B-U-B-B-L-E. Oh, well, Bubble README. Oh, right, it's just in a folder for Bubble. This one's good. So, look at that high resolution. Now, of course, obviously, we weren't running at 4K or 1080p back in 2000 when this stuff came out, but this was amazing. This was the one that I was like, just on the trip back through memory lane, the GeForce 256 series was the first one that I reviewed. I worked with Ken Fisher and John Stokes at ours on our big GeForce 256 review, which is probably still on the web someplace, if not on the site on archive.org. And we had done like informal GPU testing up until that point, but that was the first thing we got early access to white papers and stuff, and actually did the math and compared the math to the benchmarks and figured out how things worked. Okay, so here's a good one. I love this one. This one was really cool too. This is called Lightning, and this was, remember, the Matrix was very hot back then. So it's going to take a minute. It's going to build. I'm really interested to see what they do. I don't know. I haven't been pre-briefed on this, so I'm going to react live. I normally don't do this stuff when people ask. Oh, there we go. I forgot you have to click. So I like my own Tesla coil here. I don't remember what this was supposed to demo. This was just cool. Yeah, okay, that's lightning. Let's see what else we got. Let's hit the list here. Principles of Shade. Oh, that's the GeForce 3. Let's do a GeForce 2 one. I feel like the Pond one is probably the most GeForce 2 one. So GeForce, I reviewed GeForce DDRs when I got to Maximum PC, but the SDR was the first one. I think it's Small Pond. Yeah. Oh, that one didn't work. Shoot. Oh, maybe it will. Let's try it again. Something about running 20-year-old tech demos that use APIs that don't necessarily exist in the same format. So Lightning was a GeForce 2 demo. Oh, the Soldiers is good. So the race back then was always for photoreal Pixar style graphics. So look, they made some shiny wood floor, did a little bit of reflection in the floor on the soldiers, which is what we're looking at, and also I think this had procedural animation. Like the animation was instance, the creatures were instance. So they're all running the same animation, just in different directions. Oh no, the monster! I know this doesn't look like a lot now in 2020, but this was very cool in like 2001. Okay, so let's see. Other GeForce 2 demos. Oh, Grove was good. And the creature one was good too. Okay, we'll do both of those. This was an incredibly high poly model. That's all it was. They were doing vertex shaders on the tentacles, if I remember right. And it was just like, this is just like the fighting game technique, right? Like, what can you do if you throw everything that the card can do at one character? And this is what they came up with. You can see now. This is gonna blow your mind. Look at all. This has thousands and thousands of polygons because of the hardware setup on TNL lighting. Look at all those polygons. Like, stand back. Literally thousands. Oops. Well, I crashed it. No, I didn't. I went off screen. I might have crashed it. Yeah, I crashed it. Shit. Oh well. We've come a long way, is what I'm saying. So this was around the time, around the DX7 time was when I started getting the, yeah, we're gonna start, ray tracing is a 20-year off technology in about 2002. I remember specifically going in and talking to Tony Tomasi, who was their chief science officer. He's the guy who figured out the scary math for this stuff. This was a dynamic tree. This one was really cool. Look at that. Look at these. So I think this is moving through an animation, but I'm not sure. I don't think this is procedural. I don't think this is a speed tree predecessor. Look, we can make the leaves big or tiny. We can make the branches chonk or thin. Maybe it is procedural. I don't know. This is a cool one. Oh. Yeah, this one might be a fractal Y-cross. Wow, this is really cool, actually. I don't remember this one. This is not what I was thinking of when I thought of Grove. I was thinking of the kind of fairy Grove. Oh man. All those leaves. I bet this would have run like crap back then. So look, here's the wireframe. Still hardly any polygons. Look, it's like, whoop. Oh, it's zooming. Hold on. Nope, that's not going to do it. I can't see points on this one, I don't think. But yeah, okay, let's find something else. I don't have a ton of time here, so I don't want to spend too much time on the ancient stuff. Let's skip forward. So this is the first one I saw that I was like, oh, okay. Yes, they're sending unheard amounts of data to GeForce 3. So one of the things I think is going to be weird about this this release today is that's just the backside of a leaf. I don't think I have camera. Oh, I do have camera. Okay. This chameleon was amazing. He was shiny. He was reflective. He was transparent sometimes. He was translucent. He warped light. He was refractive. He doesn't do like subsurface. It's all one surface, I think, on this still. but it does bump maps and normal maps, which was cool back then. That was new. You could move the light. Look at all that shiny. Look at that liquid metal. And this one, Predator effect. This was the first DX8 part, I think, probably. So these are all the points, the vertices points. Oops. Let's get the lines in. Look at that. Thousands upon thousands of polygons. So the interesting thing is, I think the rumor is that this stuff is all delayed, right? Because this was supposed to come out in the spring, and then the pandemic happened, so everything got delayed. I'm going to bail out of the chameleon and move on to something else. Yeah, so everything got delayed. So, like, I'm going to be interested to see how they roll this stuff out. I really don't have any idea. I think Zoltan was the other GeForce 3 one. Yeah. Zoltar, sorry. Zoltar the Magnificent. Unheard of amounts of data. I don't have Exile, I don't think, Lark.
I am Zoltar, the all-knowing, all-seeing, all-powerful. I shall dispense my wisdom at the touch of a button.
Ooh.
The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you can't do.
Hey, Zoltar, how are the new video cards going to be today?
It takes a big man to cry, but it takes a bigger man to laugh at that man.
Some early 2000s humor here. Again, tens of thousands of polygons. I gotta always go right, because when I go left, it goes off to the other computer. So we can see points, too.
Approach and be enlightened. You cannot get
Zoltar,
ahead
pretty good.
while you-
Cube, thanks for your 27 months in a row. Welcome back. And John Bobcar, thanks for your 20 months. Woo! Nuclear Winner, thanks for your 32-month resub. Rain729, thanks for your Twitch Prime. Holy cow, I missed a lot of subs here at the beginning of the stream, but welcome everybody and hello. Let's go. Let's move forward in time one generation. There's two really good demos from the GeForce 4 timeframe that I recall. Oops. The old OpenGL things make Explorer hang every time, so, you know. Lark Rowe, thanks for your Twitch Prime. As a reminder, if you have Twitch, if you have Prime, Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch sub every month. I don't know if this is going to work now. It worked last night. Here we go. This one's great. This is some programmer-ass programmer art on this one. Where are the bugs? Show me the bugs. Wolf! Welcome back for your 24th month. Thank you so much. Oh, I lost my mouse on the other screen. Again. I'm a unit turner. Oh, look, you can see the smoke lines. There we go. Here are the bugs. Look at this guy. Look at that. Look at that. This is probably a normal map. I think normal maps were a DX8, DX9 feature. Then the difference is that they'd shadow correctly versus bump maps which don't. But there's a bunch of other stuff too, but that's the main thing. Let's see. Anybody guess how many are we going to be able to see the polygons? Oh yeah, we can still see the polygons. Ooh. Oh, it's like heat vision. Oh, depth. Was this a depth map? Maybe. That's interesting. Oh, wow, this is an anti-aliasing demo. Oh my goodness. Oh, the humanity. Okay. Yes, Prime Gaming, catch it, churf indeed, Craven. This year, this is 2002, I think. And that was a GeForce 4 series demo. Tidepool, also another good GeForce 4 one, I think. don't know if we're going to get... We might not get... If you guys have requests, by the way, shout them out. I'm at... I'll post a link to the page. I have all of these installed except for like 1 or 2 that didn't work. I feel like this is an era of graphical design that's kind of like inspired by Kai's power tools and stuff like that. So I can move the lights around, but they're a little twitchy on the mouse. Oh, there we go. So look, you can see the normal mapping shadowing accurately. I got the wheels moving. Look at that bouncy, look at that bumpy water. This was state of the art back in 2002, folks. I want to do the Wolfman. I can't remember what that one's called. We're getting close to the GeForce 5900, the real 5000 series, the Loud days. Let's see, this might be the installer. Let's see. Oh man, some of these are really good. I remember you'd get these and you would load them up. There we go, Werewolf. It's funny how each year it's a slightly different thing. So this is another example of like what happens if we throw all the resources of the video card at like one character. And this is also the first time I remember ever seeing Vertex Fur. So all this fur is Vertex shaders running on the GeForce 4, or what we call Vertex shaders now. We might not have called it that then. Turning off the music. But yeah, like the only thing in this scene is a little tiny bit of ground and then a bazillion polys thrown at Steve the Wolfman here. Wow, and you can see where the fur and stuff is based on these lines. Wow, that's trippy. I can't even zoom in. Oh, there we go. I can zoom in a little bit. So, oh, well, hold on. Let's zoom in further. Look at those molars. Oh, gnarly. That's got to be at least 80, 90 polygons per tooth. This was previously unheard of level of detail. Just, I know that's hard to believe in 2020. Yeah, fur shells, exactly correct. No, these weren't shells. It was Vertex shaders then as well. Okay, I couldn't remember. I feel like there was a change in nomenclature from the pre-programmable GPU to the programmable GPU time frame. Okay, what else should we look at? We should look at oh, yeah, you can see how much load this is putting on my modern GPU. You want me to load that one back up, or you want me to just do it on one of the next ones? I mean, look, the thing with demos always is that you have a different series of things. Oh, I'm going to load up Squid, too. That one's pretty good. This is a GeForce 4. This is also a GeForce 4 demo. This was like the return of... This was like the second follow-on to Chameleon. It has a bunch of transparency with a little bit of refraction, and then so much chrome. Like, look at how much better the chrome is here than it was in the shiny stuff is a lot better. This is all just, I think, specular highlights and stuff, though. I don't think there's anything magic going on here. And a boatload of polygons compared to the GeForce, the Chameleon stuff. This was one generation, probably 18 months. Would be my guess, if I remember, from GeForce 3 to GeForce 4. Maybe a little less than that. And I think the surfaces were dynamic here. I don't think they're blending textures. I think this was programmatically generated, but I can't remember for sure. Okay. Oh, did I break video compression? Sorry. like I said, Explorer does not like running ancient OpenGL programs. Let's go to the 5000 series and maybe look at. Let me make sure I don't miss anything down here at the bottom. I feel like there's one GeForce FX. No, maybe not. What time is it? 8:30 with 30 minutes. Let's look at. Do you want to look at? I feel like Dusk was later. This is FX series. Yeah, I want the. Ogre and Dawn were the two big ones, I think. Maybe the gas station one. Those might be later. I can't remember. Let's look at Dawn. So Clubber Lang, in about 30 minutes, Nvidia is unveiling new video cards, and I'm going to be talking over their presentation. Holy cow! This is early 2000s, but look, this is not very many polygons. Can we do sliders? Oh wow, there's a smile slider. I don't know about this one. This is a different time. Oh, look at all those teeth. Oh, gross. Nobody wants to see inside somebody's mouth and see their teeth rendered. This was very good skin back then. No subsurface scattering, though, so they look like Half-Life 2 characters. The cool box art never really went away. I can't take the teeth, I'm sorry. Let's do Ogre. Ogre is good. And this was a real-time... This was one of the first times they bought rights to do a real-time version of a short, an animated short that Spellcraft Studios had made. Ooh. Okay. So let's pop up the task manager here. Oop. So, like, running at 4K, like 30% GPU probably. But I mean, that's just, we're doing all the normal modern GPU stuff on top of this. So we're running anti-aliasing and all that stuff probably. Turning off the music. Where'd he go? Whoa. Look, cloth! Cloth, guys! This was DX8 probably, if I remember right. Or this might have been DX9 even, because it's programmable, cloth animated by shaders. There's some real good ragdoll stuff in here. Man, he is bopping. Oh, I didn't see the gyro-powered balance backpack that went around yesterday. That sounds awesome. Yeah, the menus are a lot. Okay, let's move on. I think gas station is probably next. This is maybe a little bit later. This is a generation later, I think. Okay, gas station. This always reminds me of the beginning of The Stand, for whatever reason. Look, programmable clouds. Time passes. The sun. Oh, this has dynamic lights? Oh, shit. Off the side of the screen. I did something. Oh, I turned on wireframe. Wireframe apparently isn't working here. Look at all the HDR. So we're seeing blowout around the sign. There's dark. So this is to show dynamic range of what the card can do. Bailing out. My favorite tech demo of any kind. Oh man, that's hard, Mr. Stuffy Stuff. The ones that the company that became FutureMark used to make that ended up being 3D Mark. Those were always really cool. Let's look at the time machine. This one was cool. This is a materials material system demo. The one Oh, so look, it's rusting. So they're doing dynamic bump maps and stuff like that, normal maps, to add age to the car. Look at that rust coming in. Oh man, this was cool as hell. Brand new? Old as hell. Look, dirt on the windshield, the whole thing. So Nvidia is always a car company that just happened to make video cards. And look, the number of poly is still pretty low. Curtis Byers, thanks for your 2 years. Enjoy your beautiful, beautiful bloody wheel. I like the one. There was one back in the day, and it may have been a Radeon demo, it may have been an Nvidia demo. I can't remember, but it was like a musical short where they fired a bunch of ball bearings at like xylophones and stuff, and they bounced off into ball holes. That one was very, very good. It was a real favorite. Okay. Let's do... I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, just so we don't run out of time. Oh, clear sailing's good. Wolf, Curtis Myers, I hope you guys both enjoy your silver wheels. Thank you so much for your resubs and welcome back. This one actually... Like, this is from 2004, and this one holds up pretty well, I think. Like, this looks like a modern mobile game in a lot of ways. So there's some destruction, there's debris that blows off of the ship. I keep being on the wrong side for the attack. I don't see it shoot. Oh, there's smoke coming out of the side. Oh, there's physics! I love physics. Ocean is adaptively tessellated and rendered using both per vertex and per pixel waves. Interesting. It's no, oh, oops. Oh well. I mean, a lot of the early GPU stuff felt toy-sized. That was from 2004, I believe. This next one's pretty good, too. We'll do Tim Burry now. Hey, Funko, how you doing? Yeah, that was Sea of Thieves. That was the early tech demo. Okay, so this one is called Tim Burry. And you think it's going to be about bugs, and then this nightmare guy comes in. And his pupils... Hold on. Wow, those are some rough glasses. This one is one of the first ones they tried to tell a story with that I remember. What a jerk. Uh-oh. I don't know if I have any of the physics ones in here, unfortunately. I think these are mostly the GPU tech, but we'd be getting to that point now with the 6000 series. Look, so still a relatively meager number of polygons, but look at the eye detail. All those sweet, sweet curves. Let's see. We could do Vulcan. Vulcan kind of stinks now. Let's do the Blobby Dancer. Oh no, I wanted the 64-bit one. Oh yeah, look at all that good 64-bit. This is only possible on a 64-bit CPU. I don't have any idea why. But look, the Blobby Dancer, still crazy low poly. I have a dedicated physics card in my garage. Completely useless now. So see, you note, even though our Blobby Dancer, he's not actually reflecting the environment at all here. He's reflecting on the floor, which I would... yeah. But no, the environment isn't really reflecting on him. Oh, wow, I forgot about that. I didn't know that. That's cool. Yeah. So you get like a little bit of specular or something on him, but he's not really reflecting... I mean, I guess he is a little bit. This is pretty cool. If I'd lit some candles, I'd really be enjoying this right now. I think it's double rendering on the floor, Stuffy McStuff, because it's too crisp. I think. I don't know how they're doing. I assume they're just doing like specular or something to get the stuff from the world blurred on, but I'm not sure. This is a trip. This one's pretty good. I'm gonna save this one for later. Get Mr. Blobby Man out here. Okay, let's see. That's the GeForce FX demo, so that's early programmable, which would be DX9, I guess, era. Let's do some geoforms. We like that. The geoforms is the follow-up to that last one. Oh, the Mind's Eye stuff. Yeah, those are early demo scene stuff, aren't they, Bliani? Oh, this one might not work. I don't think I tested this one last night. That one is like a demo scene demo, totally Whitecross. And it sounds kind of like Culture Club or somebody. It's not it's a probably like somebody at an Nvidia band song would be my guess. I don't know if this is going to work. I think this one may be a wash. Let's move on. We could do Mad Mod Mike. He's pretty good. Should I run it at 1024 by 768? Oh, nope. Cancel the setup. Finish. Mad Mod. Oh man, let's get nuts. We'll run it at 1024. We'll run it at 1280 by 1024. That stuff was really cool. Like you'd see like somebody would write a 64K program that did all sorts of bonkers stuff. This is young Gabby Lipscomb's room. This is some straight up Monsters Inc. vibe for me. He looks really good. Like, I think we haven't started doing subsurface yet on the skin at this point. But like, the thing that they just did is really tricky.
No should ever have to play on a system like this. Well, originally, I was gonna try out for the Tooth Fairy job, but I found out you don't really get to pull the teeth. The parents do it. I'm kind of a hands-on guy.
Yeah. This one's pretty good.
I couldn't be happier with how this.
Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. Let's fast forward a little bit and move ahead in time. Oh wait, we got to do the box of smoke. Box of smoke's pretty good. Box smoke. There we go. This one has a bunch of commands that I don't necessarily remember. But, so this is all like volumetric smoke inside. Oh, and I can make it water apparently. Let's make it back to smoke. I don't think I can do a wireframe on this maybe. Can I? No. I love that they kept the keyboard shortcuts the same across the generations. So let's see, can we make more come out? It's kind of staying away. There we go. This is very cool. I don't remember why. I think this was just vertex smoke, but I could be wrong. This was a DX9 demo, or OpenGL, whatever the OpenGL equivalent of DX9. There we go. Look at that. This actually looks pretty. This still actually looks okay. You want to look at the frog? Do we like frogs? How do we feel about frogs? Oh, okay. It was a weird glow, Y-Cross. Okay. Hey, Xander, welcome back for your 36th month. Thank you for your tier 2. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your beautiful, beautiful golden wheel. What on earth is that? Ooh. The Owl All Access Pass 2013. Thank you so much for 3 wonderful years, Xander. I appreciate you. I do not have any of the stereoscopic demos. They didn't have those on the site. A lot of them require a special monitor, which obviously I don't have. Let's stretch and slap him. Can I do that? Menu. I think my click targets are not. Ah, here we go. Oh, nightmares. Oh, gross. Can we wireframe him? Oh, I can't. Oh. Huh, he doesn't wireframe. This seems unnecessarily cruel. Ah, I don't want to hit the frog. Ow. Frog is going to get pissed off at me. Okay, so let's do the human head. This is a good one. It's not made by Human Head the Studio. Oh, yep. We'll just do the defaults. That's fine. Look, I'm not here to kink shame the frog. Always be clothing. Now this one, this is the one that adds subsurface scattering to the skin, and there's like multiple layers of textures in here. And they're running shaders on the skin to mimic things like the surface texture and things like that. So and that is a buttload of polygons by the standards of the day. The neat thing about bump maps was I feel like you used textures to add 2D textures to add more detail to low poly models was the big deal. You'll note his eyes are closed because we still had trouble doing eyes back then. I don't see what the bump slider is doing here. Multiple. Oh, black screen. Okay. Running at full resolution. Thanks, Croy. I think it was running at 4K. I don't know that I can run that one. We'll have to see. Let me bring it back. Let me see if I can do it in. Let's see. Human head configuration. Yes, I want to allow this to do this. Yeah, probably 4K is not the right resolution for this. Ooh, let's super sample it. Okay. Yeah, normal maps are real good. Okay, so this guy... Shit, it's still not doing it. Okay. Let's try one more time. Okay, might have to run it in a window. Will that work? Ah. Nope. Okay, well, we don't get to see the human head. Sorry. We have about 5 minutes left. Do you want to do a couple of the RTX demos so we see what was last year, what last year looked like? Or we could do the Supersonic Sled. That's pretty good. Let's see. Endless City is a favorite. Oh, let's do Ira. I don't know if I might not have downloaded him. Or we could do. Let's do Atomic Heart, maybe. Oh, I didn't download. I must not have downloaded that. Reflections is in the demo folder, I think. Hold on. Me. Da, 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 da. There we go. Any plans on first game or software to run on 3000 series card? I feel like Flight Sim is probably a good place to start. Although for a lot of people that's CPU bound. I don't know what else. This is taking a long time to load. This isn't just black screen, FYI. I mean, there's a new Crisis coming, or update to Crisis. So this is RTX real ray trace reflections. And they rolled this at the GTX demo for 2080s.
What?
The jazzy Imperial March is a real look. Mirenko, the thing that's the challenge of GPU stuff, the ray trace lighting is the hard part right now. The math required to do that is astounding, and they've done, it seems like with the Ampere stuff, some setup for that makes it go much faster than it has before. So yeah, like, I feel like that there's not as much of that stuff as there used to be. It tries to launch VR when you launch that. Let's do this Justice one. We have a minute or two left. We're gonna run anyway. So I mean, I guess part of the challenge of graphics from like the GeForce 3, GeForce 4, GeForce 5 days when the pipelines were fixed was that the vendors, the hardware vendors, would add new silicon that would do things like do Vertex Shader and Vertex Grass or God Ray lights or whatever. And post-programmatic error, which started with the 5000 series, kind of, but really the FX and further on, you're looking at more features that will run on any card, just at different performance levels. So, like Dosmo Pizzo says, you can run that reflections thing on a 1080 Ti, even though it doesn't have any of the ray tracing hardware, but it just runs really, really slow. So it becomes more about accelerating the math that you need to do the effects that you want, that people are using in games, and less, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the people use the math in games that they know the cards will be able to accelerate. Either way, it's a different metaphor than, hey, we support .3 bump maps now. Hey, Ceramic Steve. Look, I played 12 hours of Download Simulator before I got to the actual flying part, Funko. So, and that's on fiber. It's good American internet. Yeah, I think we were all surprised with that. It turns out Nintendo did okay with their fixed pipeline, huh, Chainclaw? Rooney, thanks for your 6-month resub. Welcome back. Hello. This is from an MMO that's basically a China-only game, is my understanding. And on that note, I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna bail out of here. I don't know what the keys are to change this stuff. I can't see the wireframes. Damn it! I wanted to see some wireframes. Let's exit out. And let's bring up the Nvidia stream so that we're not late. I'm gonna go get a beverage. I will be back in about a minute. Get another coffee. Okay, here we go. So I hope the tour through memory lane was fun. I spent so much time looking at those demos to see what was changing back in the day. Because it's funny. The benefit of the way we do things now with like generic pipelines that you can use, just do the math to do whatever you want, Ivanko, is that now developers can write one pipeline, and then when you get the new card, the stuff just works. There's not like you don't have to wait 6 months for somebody to roll out a game that actually has the God Ray rendering pipelines or that uses vertex shaders, uses pixel shaders or whatever. So yeah, it was a good time. It's different. It's different and better, I think, now, even though we don't have like the firm gradations where new stuff comes out. And of course, with the new consoles coming that do ray tracing, having PC hardware that ray traces hopefully better than the consoles do is going to be really exciting, really good. Oh, here we go. I think. It's a GeForce special event. Hey, we've seen this. That's the guy I couldn't show you. Oh man, Portal. I don't know about showing a StarCraft pre-rendered scene, but I'll take it. This is Jimmy. Are they changing the resolution of these games to show you how many more pixels they're able to render? Because the early ones were in a small box, and these are getting bigger. Gonna see 8K gaming here today.
Welcome to my kitchen. I hope all of you are staying safe. We're going to talk about an amazing GPU today.
Okay, we got to talk about
modern GPUs are technology.
That is
models.
a lot
it is the
of spatulas,
large
Jensen.
Industries from design, cloud AI to scientific computing. But it is the gamers and their insatiable demand that is the driving force of the GPU. Pulling their GPUs to create the largest distributed computer ever. 1 million gamers united to counterstrike the COVID-19 coronavirus. The result was 2.8 exaflops.
Wow.
5 times the processing power of the world's largest supercomputer to simulate the virus. Folding at home was able to simulate 100 milliseconds, a tenth of a second in the life of the coronavirus, and capture the moment it opens its mouth to infect a human cell. Scientists believe this is also its moment of weakness. Thank you all for joining this historic fight. We're going to talk about computer graphics and the work we're doing to push the boundaries. We love computer graphics and have advanced it incredibly in the time of Nvidia. As the technology advanced, the expressiveness of the medium has made graphics an invaluable tool to help us understand our world, create and explore new worlds, tell stories that inspire us. From science to industry to the arts, computer graphics has made a profound impact on the world, and for that, we are privileged to have contributed. We're going to talk about gaming and the infinite ways that gaming is expanding. GeForce PC gaming is large and thriving. Its open and rapidly advancing technology, combined with the amazing
leather jackets are
creativity of the
very cool,
community,
Steve.
makes magic.
That's the thing too important.
Anyone could be a broadcaster now.
Is it too quiet?
GeForce, and you have a personal broadcast station. Pros stream their practices. Experts stream tips and tricks. Friends stream to friends just to hang out. There are over 20 million streamers.
How's that?
Games have become a new art medium. In Minecraft, gamers can build their work of art. Machinima artists create cinematics made from game assets. Tens of millions are using games to express their creativity. Inside a computer simulation, any sport can become esport. Virtual NASCAR and F1 are already attracting top racers. Like sports, esports captures the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and the human drama of athletic competition. Esports is on its way to be the biggest sport.
I mean, right now, for sure.
Something special for all the GeForce gamers around the world. 4 gifts. I hope you like them, and you'll find new ways to game. First, big news. Fortnite is turning RTX on. Now Minecraft and Fortnite, the #1 and #2 most played games in the world, have RTX on.
I think he said gifts.
Fortnite will get ray
Funko.
trace
I thought he
shadows,
said GIFs too.
reflections, ambient occlusion, and DLSS 2. These effects look fantastic with the art style of Fortnite. I can't wait to see a Fortnite concert with RTX on. The last one with Travis Scott was watched by 28 million people.
That is a lot of
Epic
people.
made a trailer for you. Let's play it now.
It's very shiny. Are they going to add vehicles to Fortnite? I might be more into Fortnite if they add vehicles. Oh, they are adding vehicles to Fortnite. Holy crap. Maybe there have been vehicles and I just didn't know it. Hey, Hard Target. Thanks for your 2-month Twitch Prime. Welcome back. Hello. They already did. I got to play Fortnite.
75% of GeForce gamers play esports. Esports is a game of milliseconds. Reaction time is a combination of the gamer and the machine. Let me explain. This is Valorant. In this example, the opponent is traveling at 1500 pixels per second, and it's visible in this opening for only 180 milliseconds.
You got to be
fast.
fast.
A gamer has a reaction time of 150 milliseconds from photon to action. You can only hit this opponent if your PC adds less than 30 milliseconds. Most gamers have latencies far greater than 30 milliseconds, many up to 100 milliseconds. Today, we're announcing a new esports technology called Nvidia Reflex. Nvidia Reflex optimizes the rendering pipeline across CPU and GPU to reduce latency by up to 50%. In September, we're releasing Reflex with our game-ready driver. Over 100 million GeForce gamers will instantly become more competitive.
I like that.
Valorant, Fortnite, Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Destiny 2 will be the first to integrate Reflex technology.
What is Reflex technology?
Esports pros and enthusiasts strive for zero latency. For you, we're announcing an insanely fast and beautiful display. A 360 Hz G-Sync display designed for esports. This display has a built-in precision latency analyzer. Just connect your mouse. The Nvidia 360 Hz G-Sync esports displays are arriving this fall from Acer, Alienware, Asus, and MSI.
My body's ready.
Comparing gaming on a 60 Hz, 144 Hz, and 360 Hz display. You can see immediately how 360 Hz display will help you target and track an opponent.
So the people that I know that they brought in to test that stuff,
something really cool for you. Nvidia Broadcast turns any room
pretty solid.
into a broadcast studio. Nvidia Broadcast runs AI algorithms trained by deep learning on Nvidia's DGX supercomputer, one of the most powerful in the world. Effects like audio noise removal, virtual background effects whether graphics or video, and webcam auto-framing is a virtual camera person tracking you. These AI effects are amazing. Available for download in September and runs on any RTX GPU. Brandon and GeForce
that'll work on your
Marketing
2000
will now
series
show
cards
you
too.
Nvidia Broadcast.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon and I'm very excited today to talk to you about our Nvidia Broadcast app. Like many of you, I've been home a lot more lately. I've been video conferencing.
Yeah, the RTX audio stuff is really good.
All night, and I have a very basic webcam microphone setup.
Hey, Tamar. Welcome back to your 12th month. Thanks for your, I hope you enjoy your bloody wheel. Thanks for coming back.
Bring it out using the power of AI and RTX GPUs. The first one I want to talk about is noise removal. So I asked my girlfriend to join me with a blow dryer here. And that distracting sound makes it very hard to understand what I'm saying.
I love these videos so much now that they're doing everybody's doing them from their house.
You find that it's completely gone, and that blow dryer is still going.
That's amazing.
Nvidia Broadcast isn't just awesome.
It's so good.
There's some really exciting video features as well. Let's take a look.
See Music, thanks for your 17-month resub. Hello.
Background, which you may notice that I need because I have a very cluttered and messy room.
I thought his room looked pretty good.
Turn this background blur feature on.
It's good.
All of a sudden, I get this really classy effect, and I can adjust the strength.
And look, it's working on his hair too. You can see
everything in between.
Like you're getting the blur around his hair just a little bit.
I can actually replace the background altogether.
It's smart about it. It's not clipping into the hair too bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now I'm in a space station with the magic of AI. It's that easy.
How much load does this put on the GPU is the thing I always wonder.
The background altogether and jump into some Valorant. And now I'm playing with a green screen effect without actually having to have one at home.
I wonder how this will help when you actually have a green screen that's just lit poorly. Hi. Hello.
Sometimes when I'm video conferencing or doing a just chatting stream, I want to zoom in to get a more personal connection with the audience. But the problem is I bounce around so much, it's easy for my head to get out of frame.
Well,
with the auto
you can just never move your head. There we go.
It's like having your own personal cameraman that follows you wherever you go.
Yeah, I could use that. That seems like it'd be nice.
I wanted to reach over and grab my cool Valorant hat. And
cool Valorant is my.
It follows me every step of the way.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I just find NVIDIA broadcast to be really exciting as both a streamer and as someone who works with
The white bits of the chair probably
The
get a
ability
little
to
bit more
remove
reflection
distracting
from the rest of
improve
the
your
room.
background,
My bad.
and keep yourself in the center of the frame are all awesome features in one
Hey,
app,
Faraday.
and I just can't wait for you guys to try it.
The problem with getting a green
A new
screen
form of art has emerged from
always be
gaming
clothing.
called machinima. Artists are using game assets
is that
to
it's
create
hard to
cinematics.
light in a
There's been
home
tens
setting.
of billions of views on YouTube. Most are shorts. Some are even recreating entire classic movies. It's becoming a whole new art genre. Today, I'm going to show you an app that will make these cinematics amazing. It's called Nvidia Omniverse Machinima. It's an app built on our Omniverse 3D workflow collaboration platform. Omniverse is a universal design tool asset exchange with a viewer based on photorealistic path tracing. The engine is designed to be physically accurate, simulating light, physics, material, and artificial intelligence. We have connectors for most third-party design tools, like 3ds Max, Maya, Photoshop, Epic Unreal, Rhino, and many more. The Machinima app brings in elements and assets from games and third-party collections like Turbo Squid, and lets you mix and compose them into a cinematic. Creators can use their webcam to drive our AI-based post estimator to animate
That stuff's really cool.
characters. Drive face animation AI with your voice. Add high-fidelity physics like particles and fluids. Make materials physically accurate. And then when done with your composition and mixing, render film quality cinematics with your RTX GPU. NVIDIA Omniverse Machinima. Beta in October. Sign up at nvidia.com/machinima.
Huh.
Let me show you a demo we created in a few days. We started with assets from Mountain Blade 2, Banner Lord. You're gonna love this.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm comfortable with that, White Cross. The webcam stuff is great, but it's hard to do any kind of occlusion with your hands. This is really neat. I'm glad somebody's making these tools because they're like not super commercially viable, or if they are, then they're too expensive. Like our stuff is so expensive to use that like somebody who just wants to be a hobbyist can't really do anything with it.
Wow, that was close. You guys are getting better.
Yeah, that's really cool. Especially if they have a marketplace where you grab... Source Filmmaker does a lot of stuff like that. If they have a marketplace where you can grab assets from games and use them, that would be really cool.
Computer science researchers have chased this dream to create super realistic virtual worlds with real-time ray tracing. Nvidia, seeing the ultimate limits of rasterization approaching, focused intense efforts over the past 10 years to realize real-time ray tracing on a large scale.
That's when they started talking about it 15 years ago.
We announced the Nvidia RTX.
Oh,
Now,
look at
2
all
years
those
later,
people.
it is clear we have reinvented computer graphics. Nvidia
Maybe
RTX
Jensen
is a full-stack
makes
invention.
spatulas the
RTX
same way
starts with a
Gabe
brand new
makes
GPU
knives.
architecture, but it is
Do we
so
ever
much
think about
more.
that?
It includes new engine tech and a bunch of new rendering algorithms. RTX is a home run. All major 3D APIs have been extended for RTX. RTX is supported by all major 3D tools. RTX tech is incorporated into all major game engines. There are hundreds of games in development and thousands of research papers of new rendering and AI algorithms enabled by RTX. The RTX GPU has 3 fundamental processors. The
Next time I go down there, I'm
core that we
definitely
first
bringing him a
introduced over
spatula.
15 years ago. RT Core to accelerate the ray triangle and ray bounding box intersections, an AI processing pipeline called Tensor Core. Tensor Core accelerates linear algebra that is used for deep neural network processing, the foundation of modern AI. AI is the most powerful technology force of our time.
All the same
Computers
math.
that learn from data and write software that no humans can. The advances are nothing short of breathtaking. NVIDIA is doing groundbreaking work in this area. You might have seen our work in self-driving
He almost
cars
always
and
wears leather
robotics.
jackets for presentations.
Computer
Faraday.
graphics and gaming will also be revolutionized by deep learning. Let me show you some recent works and the art of the possible.
He's doing a really nice
The
job.
first
This is
video
hard to
a
do.
generative adversarial network that has learned to synthesize
Jesus.
virtual characters of any artistic genre, including photorealistic. Second is a neural network that animates a 3D face directly from voice.
You require more Vespine gas. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
The AI character can speak in any language, be any
That's
gender,
really cool.
and even rap and sing. Third is a character locomotion of infinite number of positions. Imagine negotiating arbitrary paths and obstacles.
Wow.
The fourth is
The
reconstructing
locomotion
3D from
thing is
video.
really hard.
Imagine the possibilities.
This is magic.
Record video, interact in 3D. This one is a deep learning model that learned the physics behavior of cloth animation.
Wow.
Finally, this deep learning model of ray tracing can predict colors of missing pixels, so that fewer rays need to be cast and fewer pixels need to be fully rendered. We can achieve orders of magnitude
Oh,
speeds.
the video compression doesn't like this.
AI is certain to play a giant role in the future of computer graphics and gaming. The powerful tensor cores and RTX GPUs will let us do AI in real time. One of the first major AI computer graphics breakthroughs is DLSS. Here's the challenge. Real-time ray tracing is far more beautiful, but requires a lot more computation per pixel than rasterization. So the solution is to ray trace fewer pixels and use AI on tensor cores to up-res to super-res to a higher resolution and boost frame rate. DLSS took nearly 2 years of intensive research. We built a supercomputer to train the network. The DLSS model is trained on extremely high quality,
Wow.
16K, offline rendered images of many kinds of content. Once trained, the model is downloaded into your driver. At runtime, DLSS 2.0 takes in low-resolution, aliased image and motion vector of the current frame, and the high-resolution previous frame to generate a high-resolution current frame. I think DLSS is one of our biggest breakthroughs in the last 10 years.
This
Take a
is
look at these images of Death Stranding, the latest game by Kojima-san. DLSS is sharper than native 4K and created detail from AI that
That's
native rendering
bonkers.
didn't even show.
So does that
And
mean
the
they're
frame rate
training
is
per
high.
game for this? I guess they must be.
Reviewers have loved DLSS 2.0. They say its quality beats out native rendering and runs even faster. You can play at 4K without a performance hit. Tensor Core effectively gives RTX a 2x performance boost. Let's look at one frame trace of
Wow.
the game to see the processors of RTX in action.
I feel like calling this
Adding ray
AA
tracing
is
to
maybe a
games
mistake.
dramatically increases the
I mean, I get that
computation
that's
workload.
what it is, and that's
Using
right, and I
shaders to
can't
do
believe
ray
I'm saying
traversal and object intersection reduces the frame
don't
rate.
call the
We
thing
added
the thing that it
RT Core,
is.
which reduces shader workload by 60%. RT Core offloads the shaders by doing the ray triangle and ray bounding box intersection calculations. Using the same methodology as
Yeah, this is not
Microsoft
available in a
Xbox,
lot of games. It's
the
only in
RT
specific
Core is
games.
effectively a 34
Hey, Trevor.
teraflop shader, and Turing has an equivalent of 45 teraflops while ray tracing.
Good God.
Even with RT Core, the amount of time consumed is significant. So RT Core and shaders have to run concurrently. Even then, 20
Wait, really?
milliseconds is only 50 frames per second, and still a step back in performance relative to previous
Derek,
generations.
welcome back for your 5th month.
This is where
You're
the tensor
back,
core
baby.
and
Thanks for coming
DLSS
back. It's
come
good
in.
to see you.
Rendering to a lower resolution.
Wow, so they
then
shaved
using AI
40%?
and fast tensor core to effectively double frame rate.
20%. No, 40%.
Now you can get ray
Math
tracing,
is hard.
get high resolution, and high frame rate at the same time. That's the magic of the 3 processors.
I throw
of
ice cubes.
RTX.
Thanks for your Twitch Prime. Hello.
Turing was our first generation RTX
Wow.
GPU, combining ray tracing, programmable shading, and AI. The flagship Turing had a ton of processing power.
I'm so loud.
11
Okay.
shader teraflops,
That's easy to
34
fix.
RT teraflops, and 89 tensor teraflops. Let me show you our new RTX GPU. Ampere is a giant leap in performance.
How's
Ampere
that?
does 2 shader calculations per clock versus 1 on Turing. 30 shader teraflops compared to 11. Ampere doubles ray triangle intersection throughput. Ampere's RT core delivers 58 RT teraflops compared to Turing's 34. And Ampere's new tensor core automatically identifies and removes less important DNA weights. And the new tensor core hardware processes the sparse network
Wow.
at twice the rate of Turing. 238 tensor flops compared to 89.
So this stuff should be straight
Ladies and
math
gentlemen,
improvements, assuming there's no
NVIDIA's
other
new Ampere
bottlenecks.
GPU, our second
BCC,
generation RTX.
Thanks for gifting a sub to the community.
28 billion
I hope you enjoy your emotes,
transistors
Finley.
built on Samsung 8N NVIDIA custom process. All 3 processors double rates over Turing.
Wow.
A triple double. It connects to Micron's new G6X, the fastest memories ever made. The days of just relying on transistor performance scaling is over. Yet Ampere is an incredible 2 times the performance and energy efficiency of Turing. At NVIDIA, we use every engineering lever to squeeze every drop of performance out of the system. From architecture, custom process design, circuit design, logic design, packaging, custom SerDes I/O, memory, power and thermal design, PCB design, software and algorithms. Thousands of
That
engineers
was a cool
per
fluid
generation,
dynamic simulation.
billions of dollars. Full stack engineering and extreme craftsmanship is the hallmark of
Wow,
our
that is a
GPUs.
chonker card.
Our performance, energy efficiency, and low power are all world class. And real application performance highlights
Sad
Ampere's
finger.
new RT core. The more ray tracing is done, the
Yeah,
greater the Ampere
control
speed up.
is what I'm
Ampere
playing
RT
first,
core
probably.
doubles ray intersection processing. Its ray tracing is processed concurrently with shading. And Ampere can render cinematic images with motion blur 8 times faster than Turing.
Huh.
Let's take a look at Ampere in action.
I wonder if that means it's going to
At our
reduce the amount of
kitchen
visual
GTC a few
noise
months
on
ago,
the
we
ray
showed
tracing
Marbles,
stuff because
the
they can
world's
do
first
more
fully
ray
path
tracing.
traced, photorealistic real-time graphics.
Or if stuff has to be optimized.
It was running
for
on
this.
our
Holy
highest
cow.
end Turing Quadro RTX 8000. Turing was doing 720p, 25 frames per second.
Still looks pretty good.
Today, we're going to run an enhanced version of Marbles with even more special effects.
Thanks, Peluchador.
And it is running at 1440p, 30 frames per second, over 4 times the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Marbles at night.
Did you say this is running at 1440p? I love marbles. Jesus. I want to see this running live because the video compression is not super kind to it. Oh man, that looks really good. I want to see the wireframe. Show me a wireframe. Oh, those are some good looking marbles. Look at all that shine. So you saw the daytime. This is the new nighttime, like, render, I guess, of this, it seems like. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Grungy. No, they usually post these when the cards are out, so you can try them. Wow.
Marbles is entirely path traced. No rasterization, all real time.
Wow.
There are hundreds of area lights, including spherical area lights. There's no pre-baking, everything is dynamic.
Look, it's even picking up the reflections of the... Look at the...
The depth of field is
so when it
film
goes by a
quality
light,
and
look at the
beautiful.
reflections of the light coming in. They're not doing cube mapping or anything like that. It's just straight up, like, ray
Everything
traced
is
lights.
dynamic. Diffuse GI, all dynamic. There are hundreds of rigid bodies, 80 million triangles. Materials are physically accurate.
Oh my.
Physics simulation and volumetric rendering in real time.
Oh, I got chills. That's really good. Music's good too. Music cheats the chills a little bit, but we don't tell anybody. Holy crap.
DLSS 2.0 is doing the super resolution and AI denoising.
I wonder how much it costs them to do the training to get a game up to DLSS 2.0. They're running it on some enormous supercomputer, ray traced at full res. It's got to be a lot. Dynamic, no. It's complicated, not grind style, but kind of yes, kind of no.
Let's compare Marbles Turing and Marbles
It
Ampere.
depends on how they set it
You can
up.
see
is my
dramatic
understanding.
visual quality jump of Ampere.
Well, but if
Marbles
it's running at
on Turing runs
1440p,
720p, 25 frames per second.
yeah.
Marbles in Ampere runs at 1440p, 30 frames per second. More than 4 times the performance.
My guess
And
is
Ampere
that the
even
Twitch
did area
compression
lights
isn't
and
being
depth of
super
field.
kind to this, but I get
A giant
this is probably why
performance.
they're streaming on Twitch, is because they're doing better
Today's
compression
games
than
are
you can get on
giant
YouTube
worlds,
or whatever.
indoor and out, with photogrammetry, dense geometry, and lots of characters. Games are over 200 gigabytes and getting bigger. This is like 50,000 songs or 400 hours of
River
streaming video.
Fortron! Fortron!
Games
Thanks
have
for
pushed
Twitch
PC
Prime. Hello.
I/O and file systems to the breaking point. CPUs copy files from disk and decompress the game image. This is fine when the storage system was slow, 50 to 100 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
Now with Gen 4 PCI Express and solid-state drives, PCs can transfer data at 7 gigabytes per second, 100 times faster. CPU copying data to memory and decompressing game images is now the bottleneck. Decompressing data from 100 megabytes per second hard drives takes only a few CPU cores. However, decompressing from 7 gigabytes per second SSDs on PCIe Gen 4 takes over 20 CPU cores. Today, we're announcing NVIDIA
I don't have
RTX
20
IO
CPU
with
cores.
3 new advances. New I/O APIs for fast loading and streaming directly from SSD to GPU memory. GPU lossless decompression. And collaboration with Microsoft on direct storage for Windows that streamlines the transfer of data from storage to GPU memory.
I wonder how analogous
With
this
NVIDIA
is to the
RTX
PS5
IO,
stuff.
vast worlds will load instantly. Picking up where you left off will be instant. This is a very big deal for
Look, the
next
green
generation
bar on
gaming.
NVIDIA presentations
Let me
always
show you
longer
Ampere
than
in
the other
action in
bars.
one of the
Nigga.
most anticipated games of 2020. CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk.
Oh, yes, please.
This trailer is called Scenes of Cyberpunk RTX. It shows ray trace reflections, diffuse illumination, shadows, ambient occlusion,
Hey,
and
River
DLSS 2.0.
Forton. Thanks for coming by.
Enjoy.
Glad to see you. Oops. Who is Ray, and why are we spending so much time tracing him? I need a friend named Ray so I can do a tracing stream. Yeah, those reflections look real good. I feel like I need an HDR monitor to play this game. Like I want 4K HDR, like 165 hertz G-Sync. I don't think that exists really.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new flagship GPU.
Ooh, here it is.
The Nvidia GeForce RTX 3080.
Hopefully, he doesn't need a
powered by
forklift.
Ampere. Second generation RTX architecture.
Take it out of the oven, Jensen. If this presentation happened at home in like 2004, he absolutely would have taken it out of the oven. That's it? Looks like a GeForce 256. Oh, wow. Somebody spent an incredible amount of time working on this. Huh. It's interesting the cards they're choosing here. So 680 was their first good programmable part. 980 and 1080. Huh. Perf per watt's good. Like perf per watt going up means less fans or less fan noise. Oh, he did. Okay. I hope that the takeaway from all of this is being able to run the ray tracing stuff on the same cycles is a big deal too. Like that's going to let people optimize stuff in really interesting ways. Why is that chunk taken out of the back of the card? Oh, it's so the cooler goes across the whole back. Jesus. That's why they needed memory on the back. A quieter is very good, please. And then doing fans on either side so there's a push and a pull. Huh. So it seems like positive pressure is going to be the way to go on cooling systems with this thing in it. I'm gonna have to I need to get a new case. Is the TLDR, I think. Man, that's a big old video card.
The Nvidia RTX 3080.
Yeah, water cool the whole thing, Pascal.
I have one right here. Let me show it to you.
Here it comes. The whole time it was behind the spatulas?
It is beautiful. Look at this.
That is a
The RTX 3080.
lot of video card there.
It is wonderfully crafted. It's going to look beautiful in your PC. And it lights up.
Oh, sweet.
Now let me tell you about some of the other exciting technologies inside. Turing used G6, the fastest memories at that time. The industry thought that was the limit. For Ampere, we had to push through that limit. Working with Micron, we designed the world's first memories with PAM4 signaling, pulse amplitude modulation, with 4 voltage levels that encode 2 bits of data each, 00, 01, 1011. Each voltage step is only 250 millivolts. So in the same period of time, G6X can transmit twice as much data as G6. PAM4 is extreme signaling technology, and it's just becoming used in high-speed networking. The Ampere thermal architecture is the first ever flow-through
Swordfish,
design,
I will. Thank
working
you.
harmoniously with PC chassis.
I'm
cooling
interested in
system,
this. This
pulling
is an
in
interesting
cool air from the
cooling
outside,
design.
flowing through the GPU and pushing hot air straight out the chassis. To allow room for a fan to flow air directly through the module, our engineers architect a super dense PCB design.
It is bonkers that they cut off the back
50%
half of the
smaller
board
than previous,
to fit
while
the
adding the
airflow.
bigger Ampere GPUs, HDMI 2.1, PCI Express 4.0, and G6X. There are 2 independently controlled fans. The bracket front fan pulls cool air from the bottom and pushes the heated air out through the graphics card brackets.
That
A
makes
backside
sense.
pull-through fan passes cool air over the fins of the heat pipe and directs the hot air to the
So it's
top
going to
and back
blow
of the
up,
chassis
so you're going to want to
be
exhaust the
exhausted
top
by
back,
system
just like
fan.
normal
The
old
3080
school.
flow-through system is 3 times quieter and keeps the GPU 20 degrees cooler than the Turing design.
Bug, thanks
It
for
can cool
100. There should be a
90
picture of me
watts more than
sweating
Turing.
bits. Wow,
The
really?
generational leap is ultimately
90
the
watts
most
more than
important
Turing is
factor of
good.
new GPUs. A significant technology advance is needed to inspire content developers to create the next level of content and for the install base to upgrade. Let's see how the 3080 stacks up to previous generation architectures on the latest graphics-intensive games. 3080 is faster than 2080 Ti. 3080 is twice the performance of 2080.
Looks
at
like
the
it's
same
750
price.
bucks.
Ampere is the biggest generational leap
Wow.
we've ever had.
So up to 2x is
Ladies
going to
and
be
gentlemen,
in specific limited
NVIDIA
cases.
GeForce RTX 3080, our new flagship GPU, powered by Ampere, our second generation RTX GPU architecture. Incredible amounts of processing in the shader, RT ray tracing core, and tensor core for processing AI. 10 gigabytes of G6X, twice the processing power of 2080, and at the same price, starting at $699.
Huh.
Available September 17th.
It's 2
One
weeks.
of our most popular GPUs is the 70 series. 970, 1070, 2070 were all hugely popular. You're going to love the new
I'm
RTX
curious how you
3070.
clean those fins. I think you probably have to take it
Faster
out
than
and
the
blow it out with a
2080
blower.
Ti, the Turing Enthusiast GPU priced at $1,200. Ladies and gentlemen, the new GeForce
So
RTX
these
3070.
2 times benchmarks are going to
Let me
be
show it to you.
at like specific. Oh man,
It's a work of art.
it's a good looking
20
little card
shader
too.
teraflops.
So
40
that has the
RT
12-pin connector
teraflops,
too.
And
So they're putting the 12-pin
163
connector on
teraflops
everything, I
tensor
bet.
core for AI processing. With 8 gigabytes of G6,
Hold on.
RTX 3070 is faster than the $1,200 RTX 2080 Ti, starting at $499.
I think this is the benefit of the
Available
delay
in
is
October.
that all of the cards are going to roll at the same time.
Every generation,
I wonder if
we
we're going to
pack
see
in our best
3060s
ideas to
today
increase
too.
performance while introducing new features that enhance image quality. Every couple of generations, the stars align, as it did with Pascal, and we get a giant generational leap. Pascal was known as the perfect 10. Pascal was a huge success and set a very high bar.
My
It
guess
took
is
the
no
superfamily
no
of
TIs
Turing
today.
to meaningfully exceed Pascal on game performances without ray tracing. With ray tracing turned on, Pascal, using programmable shaders to compute ray triangle intersections, fell far behind Turing.
So this is where we're going to see the best improvement
And
because this is
Turing
the
with
stuff
ray
they focused
tracing
on clearly.
reached the same
Like without ray
performance as
tracing on, you're probably
Pascal
not going to see huge
with ray
jumps in
tracing off.
performances.
On a
Performance.
technical basis, this was a huge achievement. The images are far more beautiful, and reflection and shadow artifacts are gone. But gamers want it more. They
Faraday
want every
TI
generation
usually
to be
means it's
more
the
realistic
process jump,
and
but
higher
last
frame
generation
rate
it didn't.
at the same time. So we double down on everything. Twice the shader, twice the ray tracing, and twice the tensor core. The triple double. Ampere knocks the daylights out of Pascal on ray tracing. And even with ray tracing on,
Big thing for the upper
crushes
tier
Pascal on
cards
frame
is
rate.
probably more
To
tensor
all my
cores
Pascal
and more
gamer
compute
friends,
cores.
it is safe to upgrade now.
Snag
Amazing ray tracing games are coming. Activision and developer Treyarch are launching a new Call of Duty on November 13th. It's a masterpiece and it looks incredible. There are dynamic lights, ray tracing, shadows
Probably
and
not,
ambient
Steve.
occlusion, DLSS 2.0, and Nvidia Reflex super low latency technology. The last Call of Duty sold an amazing 30 million copies.
I want to know if the
Activision
reflex
put
stuff
together this
requires
trailer of
developer
never-before
support,
seen footage.
or if it's just going to work on
Enjoy.
everything out of the gate. How shiny that leather jacket is. Oh, look, glasses. Oh, that is a grungy tape recorder. So the rumors I saw on the 3090 were that they're going to be they're just rolling the Titan brand into the main series.
Let me talk to you about one more thing. Several years ago, we started building the Titan.
Here we go.
Pushing the GPU to the absolute limit to create the best graphics card of that generation. It was built in limited quantities only through Nvidia. The distribution was limited. The demand surprised us. Creatives were making 4K movies.
Yep.
Rendering cinematics.
Yep.
Researchers built workstations for data science and AI. Bloggers built broadcast workstations. Flight and racing simulation fans built sim rigs.
God.
There is clearly a need for a giant GPU that is available all over the world. So we made a giant Ampere. Ladies and gentlemen, the RTX 3090.
I thought that's who that was, Zaphod.
Come here.
Oh, it comes out of the oven, yes!
Come here to Papa.
Oh, holy shit, that is a chunk.
Alrighty. 3090 is a beast. A ferocious GPU. A BF GPU. 36 shader
I'm going to nope the
teraflops,
BF GPU.
69 RT teraflops, 285 tensor teraflops, and it comes with a massive 24 gigabytes.
That's bigger than my
of
1080
G6
Ti that had the ridiculous cooler on it.
It comes with a silencer, a 3-slot dual axle flow-through design.
And they're selling it through partners this time. That's interesting.
And keeps the GPU 30 degrees cooler than the Titan RTX design.
That sounds nice.
But there's more. The 3090 is so big that for the very first time, we can play games at 60 frames per second in 8K.
No way.
This is insane. Because it's impossible for us to show you what it looks like on the stream.
Yes.
We invited some friends to check it out. Roll the clip.
Hi. This is Andy and this is Tim. Woo!
I've never been more excited to do anything.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
No way.
This is incredible, dude.
This is amazing.
Holy.
The resolution on this is silly. My God. You can see wear and tear on the treads.
Look at this.
Why is it so detailed? All right. Move fast and shoot things.
This is 8K, sir. I can see everything. Oh, I need to shoot you, though.
Not a whole lot of people have seen something like this.
This is so realistic. I feel like I'm really in battle.
This
So I
is
remember
insane. Die, I want to look at the pretty thing.
the first time we saw 8K TVs at CES years ago.
These are the sizzle reels that you see.
This is basically hacks.
It was
And
a
then
big
it's like,
deal.
it'll never look like that, but it does.
Like the thing.
I'm,
So the
looking
thing
across
about
the vistas, the grand vistas that are happening right
the
now.
thing about
Holy
like
look at
8K
This feels like a
is it looks like a
Disneyland
painting that
experience.
moves
Oh, it is so
when you watch
smooth.
TV stuff.
Oh, it's smooth as dude.
I can't believe it's not fun.
I mean, this is game changing. There's no other way to put it.
I'm very
My mind
into
is
this.
blown, dude.
I need to get an 8K OLED.
It's been 20 years since the NVIDIA
Masks
GPU
on.
introduced programmable shading. The
It's
GPU
gonna be $2 grand,
revolutionized
Pascal.
modern computer graphics. Developers jumped on and invented clever algorithms, like shaders that simulate realistic materials, or post-processing effects for soft shadows, ambient occlusion, and reflections. Developers pushed the limits of
$14.99.
rasterization
Oh, wow.
beyond anyone's expectations. Meanwhile,
There
NVIDIA
you
GPU
go.
processing increased a stunning 100,000-fold. Gaming became a powerful technology driver. Gamers grew to billions, and gaming pushed into all aspects of entertainment and culture. If the last 20 years was amazing, the next 20 will seem nothing short of science fiction.
Mama,
Today's
baby bear,
Ampere
mama bear,
launch
papa
is
bear.
a giant step into the future. This is
I
our
mean, the
greatest
3070 seems like an
generational leap
unbelievable sweet
ever.
spot for
The
400 bucks,
second
500
generation
bucks.
NVIDIA RTX, fusing programmable shading, ray tracing, and artificial
They haven't announced
intelligence,
3600,
gives us
3060.
photorealistic graphics and the highest frame rates at the same time. Once the holy grail of computer graphics, ray tracing is now the standard. And Ampere is going to bring you joy beyond gaming, NVIDIA Reflex to improve your response time, Nvidia Broadcast turns any room into a studio. And Omniverse Machinima turns you into an animated filmmaker. We are super pleased with 3070, 3080, and 3090. The first 3 members of the Ampere
Wow.
generation.
Yeah, so here's the
You're
thing
gonna
is if you're
feel
not
a
playing a
boost
bunch of
like never
ray-traced
before.
games, you're not going to see
I
like
can't wait
the
to go
2x
forward
performance
20 years to
increase.
see what
But in
RTX
stuff like
started.
Control,
Homes will have holodecks.
you're gonna see it.
We will beam ourselves through time and space.
Funko, I bet
traveling at the speed of light.
my guess is
Sending
most of the
photons,
integrators are
not
going to do
atoms.
the big
In this
boy
future,
vertically.
GeForce
So you're not
is your
weighted.
holodeck.
So you're not on the
Your
slot.
Lightspeed Starship, your time machine. In this future, we will look back and realize.
I'm going to tell
that it
Gina, look,
started
honey, we
here.
weren't able to go on a vacation this year because of
Thank you
Corona.
for joining
So
us today.
I'm just
and
going to
to
use
all
the
of our
vacation
fans for
budget to buy
celebrating
2
the
of these
arrival
video
Ampere.
cards. Man, okay, that's interesting. So what do we think? What do we know? Big giant chonker video card, medium chonker video card, little chonker video card. I feel like anything ray traced, you're going to see a pretty good improvement from the 3070 based on what they said. Hopefully they'll send me one so I can do some benchmarks. I'm interested in how this goes. Let me get something up here. I'll put let me put one of the old demos up. What should we run? We can run. I don't think I downloaded Atomic Heart. We'll just run the Reflections one again. Oh, it has words. Here, we'll do Supersonic Sled. This one's fun. I like this one a lot. They did. It's $14.99, and they said it's available in September for the 3090, I think. So it seems like if you have a 10 series card, this is a no-brainer. If you have a 2 series card, maybe less of a no-brainer. So like if you're sitting on a 2080 or 2080 Ti or something like that, you might be better off just staying with where you are for right now and waiting for mid-season refreshes of this. Pre-orders are starting middle of the month for the lower end cards. Okay, here I'll just. It's a game. Hold on half a sec. Did that stop it? Yeah, that stopped it. Okay. Pre-orders are starting middle of the month, like the 14th or the 17th, I think. Yeah, I feel like 3070 isn't in. If you're running less than 4K, 3070 is where you want to be, and if you're running above 4K, depends on what kind of games you're playing and how much of a honestly, just how much money you're going to spend. This one is a classic one. This is from. I can't remember. This is like a 1080 series demo, I think, or maybe a 980 series demo. GTX 400. Wow, older than that. I'm interested to see how like here the big test for me is Control, because Control is the first thing. I mean, Quake RTX, Minecraft both support the ray tracing stuff a lot. I'm interested to see how Control runs, because I think it's the most kind of like what next gen games are going to look like example of what we have of what's going to work. I'm curious how much of the PCI Express 4 stuff matters. So there's a couple of things that are interesting. The unpacking tech, like the fact that they're actually accelerating the decompression, is really interesting. 'Cause I wonder if that's going to make things like the Call of Duty shader generation and all that stuff happen a lot faster. I think any of these cards are going to be fine for VR. I think you're looking at, if you want to do reverb at 4K times 2 times 120 hertz on the new HP headset, you're looking at a 3070, a 3080 or higher probably would be my guess, but I don't know. I'd have to talk to people who've done benchmarks. I think I'm going to a tech brief in a couple of days on this, like a private one, where we'll kind of learn what's coming, like more about the inner workings of the card. I'm interested to see what's going on with that. And we'll talk about that on the Tech Pod this week, I think, probably. We might just do an NVIDIA. I don't know. We might do a 38 Ampere card episode this week, because I think Brad's going to be able to come to that as well. So, do you guys have questions? I mean, I don't have any answers. You and I have seen the same stuff now. So, I'm curious what you think. Are you running a triple display, or are you running some sort of like a double super wide Xenon? I feel like, so Rooney, the thing that you said is kind of mirrors my feeling. Like I'm like I will buy on the next gen console front. I'm going to buy a PS5 when Miles Morales is out. I don't know that I'm going to buy an Xbox for the first time in 20 years, because if it's coming to PC, why would I? And I think they're okay with that. 3090 is $1,500 computer, Dave. And I assume that there'll be some variation since it's so. The interesting thing about the 3090 is for the first time the high-end card is being sold by their partners as well as Nvidia Direct. So you're going to see like variants. You're going to see like water-cooled variants. You're going to see huge chonker fan variants. You're going to see small fan variants. You're going to see all sorts of different stuff in that space. I don't have any idea Bug 929. My guess is it's going to vary wildly based on the game. The ray traced games won't be CPU bound, would be my guess, and the raster based games will. I mean, look, in reality, all of the ray traced games right now, with the exception of I think Minecraft, are using the ray tracing to do like a lighting pass rather than like fully rendering all of the scenes. 3080 is, I think they said, middle of the month. And Sean, I think you're probably right. My guess is Sean Tron said, hold on, I lost him. I don't think they'll require PCIe 4. There's so much overhead for PCIe 3 as it is. I think you're probably right. Although I wonder when they were showing like a 20x improvement in decompression speed because of their acceleration on that stuff. This doesn't change anything what we do at Foo. It'll make it means that we can put a Titan in something and render 4K or 8K out, which is really nice. I kind of am anti pre-ordering in general, Adam. I'd wait for reviews. I always recommend waiting for reviews though, so that's nothing new. I would yeah. I really 3090 is going to be for really specific workflows and like pro gamers and streamers and nonsense like that. Like normal people, I don't think are going to be necessary for are going to need that kind of horsepower. Like usually, rather than spending that much more on a video card, you're better off just upgrading your video card in 2 years and buying 2 or 3 video cards. And yeah, Sadfinger, none of it's necessary, of course. I think PCIe 4 is probably not necessary, but I don't know. I hope we'll find out about that on the tech brief. I'm gonna let's see. Let's fire up our boy here. What have I done? Oh, I paused. Latency optimizations in games or in other things. This is a really cool demo. Oh, well, nope, I died. Yeah, this is a Mythbusters episode, right? The pre-orders are going to be in the middle of September to end of September, depending on the card. Why cross-switch latency optimizations? I don't think PCIe 4 will be required. There's a limited number of boards that support them. I think you'll see better performance in some really specific workflows on PCIe 4 would be my guess. It does not anytime something tries to do hardware accelerator, the card is unloaded. I don't know what you mean, Malizem. I mean, yeah, I don't even think Intel boards aren't on PCIe 4 now, are they? You said that's a next gen chipset, Sitch. Yeah, so I guess that's it. That'll do us for today. Okay, that's it. So it's 390 chipset supports 4, but not this existent current CPUs. Makes sense. Oh. Yeah, so I think it's interesting because like I bet if they had rolled this out in March like they intended to, this would have been wow. That poor guy, he dies so much. This would have been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We would have seen probably 3090 and 3080, and we wouldn't have seen 3070. And I think 3070 is a real sweet spot for this generation. I think we're also going to see more interesting add-in boards from the partners that are probably being announced right now in other places. So that's exciting too. But yeah, I guess that'll do it for me. That's the wrap. I'm stoked to see this. I can't wait to find out more about these cards. I feel like in terms of like things that are going to impact next generation, I'm really curious how the APIs and how the stuff that they're enabling here applies to the next gen console games and what we're going to see on them. And I'm really curious about the acceleration of the decompression stuff, because that is potentially a really huge improvement. And if you missed any part of this, I'm going to put the whole thing up on YouTube in a little bit, and I'll highlight it so it'll stay on the stream indefinitely if you guys want to watch later. Wow, Bug, thanks for 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thanks for 200 bits. You did some 20 minutes ago, and I missed them. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you all so much. And oh, and yeah, the DSAA stuff is also, like, I want to see that rolled out more. I know that when they initially announced the DSAA stuff, they talked about it being on RTX boards, on stuff like PUBG. We haven't seen it yet there. It would be really cool to be able to play PUBG at 4K at a reasonable frame rate with machine learning accelerated up-resing. Yeah, so let me find somebody good to raid. But thank you all for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. It's always cool to have a nice, good crowd like this for a sponsored stream. Thanks to Nvidia for sponsoring the stream. I appreciate you guys. As I said at the beginning, they specifically said we want honest reactions. I was like, that is a thing I can deliver. So thanks, Nvidia, and hopefully we'll have more about this upcoming. And then also on the Tech Pod on Sunday, we'll talk about it.